apologize. My internet decided that it didn't like me for a moment. So it decided to restart and we're having storms. So thank you for being here with me. So I'm going to look at, oops, thought I turned myself down. I think I turned myself up. Hello, come on in and say hello. Gotta find myself. I think I'm lost. Okay. Oh, I thought that was me. It's hard to find yourself sometimes, which I think is hilarious because you should be able to find yourself with no problems. I always go through this when I go live on here. I think I need to do it more often so I'll know what to look for. There I am. Come on in and say hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. I think that's good. Come on in. We're going to flip a frame. So glad you're here. Come on in. Come on in. Oops. Hey, Donna. How are you? Thank you. Girl, look. There's a storm here. And my internet has been going out, in and out all morning. So if it happens to cut out, I apologize. I'll try to jump right back on. But I'm doing good, Donna, besides the storm, you know. But thank you for liking my shirt. I got this from Justin almost about a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. So we're going to do this frame that I bought over 2 years ago. Yes, more storms ahead. Absolutely. Hey, Shelby. Hey, Jane. So this frame, again, over 2.5 years ago, but this is what was in it. And they actually glued the picture to the backing, which, you know, I don't need it. I don't need it, but I wish they wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is. We as creators, we know how to just take something and make it better. So this frame was gold. So I went and I painted it. And I also I use UV resin to seal the glass down. So let me take this paint off, or the paint tape, painter's tape off. See, I can't even talk. It's been one of those mornings where I knew what I was going to do and changed my mind because I didn't like what I was going to do at first. I need more thought into that one. And I had 3, then I had the 2, then I had the 1, and I still switched up. This was not one of my options until this morning. Your silent angel's here. Well, Jane, I'm so glad you're here, Jane. So I put the tape around it just so that I wouldn't get paint on the glass. If you ever get paint on the glass, just get a little cotton swab, put some alcohol on it, rub, it'll come right off. No problems. So there is that. And I'm going to set this to the side just for a moment. And I have this little bird. This is a resin piece, and I did it with fast cure resin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some blue mica powder from Arteza. And I put glue on it. It's like a tacky glue, and it stays tacky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this blue mica powder to it. because it turns clear once it's dry. Jane, no rubbing. No rubbing, Jane. No rubbing. So I'm just going to put some on here. And the mica powder will only stick to where I put the glue. And then you just let it dry. When it's on the fast cure resin, it's hard to tell where it is until you start rubbing it in. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in some spots, and then I'll just start burnishing it in. And the places that you want it to put mica powder, but it doesn't show up there, that means that's where you didn't put the glue. But this is how my butterfly came out. This was actually clear, and I did the same thing to that piece. I know, Donna, right? Donna, she don't give nobody a chance. She's basically like, no chance. So I'm just going to burnish this in. And I know I'm going kind of fast, but y'all know me. I be having so many elements that I be trying to hurry up and make sure everything is in there. I didn't get to see the end of Rosalinda's, but I'll go back and watch the end of her video. Hi, Sheila. That is who is up next after me. I did put the playlist in my description, but I have to go back and fix that because I didn't put everything in there, but most of the information is there. I think I should have just did it all blue. But I was trying to, you know how we creators, we trying to be like, oh, I'm just going to do something different. I got glue in places I didn't mean to. But I still think she's pretty. So here's a little bit of glue I had on here. And I'll put my brush in there. So there's a little couple of spots I missed. So I'm going to go back into there and put it on. And cover up those spots that I missed. Now, if you want this darker, you just put more glue on top and then burnish it again. Hi, my beautiful Leah. How are you? So again, I'm just going around and just putting this on here. I tried to go all the way around, but there might be some empty spaces, but that's okay because we are going to put this in resin. I love doing resin art. It's my fave. But again, you can do this with clear Elmer's glue and with Mod Podge. You just have to do it in thinner layers and you have to let it completely cure. Hey, Sandra. So that is what I am doing, my little bluebird. And I did miss spots on purpose. You'll understand why in a moment. So there's my bird after I painted it. And again, I use mica powder from Arteza. All right, so there is that. Sorry, I forgot to mute that. Oh, please. Just in case somebody decides to call me. They always call you when you're doing something. Okay, so bring my frame back in. I don't know which is top or bottom. I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take some Rub and Buff in Silver Leaf. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the frame. Usually I do this on my hand, but I'll be putting gloves on, so I don't want this inside my gloves. I'll take it however I make it. Of course, of course. Hey, Bobby Lynn. Thank you for being here. And if you're not following my crafty sisters, please go follow them. They are here under their page names. Greatly appreciated. Or subscribe. I'm sorry. I'm so used to Facebook. Subscribe. So there's a lot of detail on these frames. So I'm just going to go through very lightly and just highlight some of that detail. I have about 6 frames that I just been not doing. Sometimes taking them apart is harder than I thought, but it's worth it. It really is worth it. This frame is really pretty. Even in the golden brown that was on here, it was pretty. But I was gonna leave it, and then I decided to paint it all white. So if you see any missed spots, don't worry. I'll go back over them with the white paint because I was rushing because I changed at like 9 o'clock this morning. I changed my mind. And then that's when everybody wants to call you and chit chat. I don't mind it though. I don't. I told Michelle I was going to call her back. I'll call her back later. So it was 61 and raining before I came live. And it is storming outside really, really bad. I am anxious because some of those of you that don't know, a tornado went through my area in my yard this time last year. So yeah, I'm a little scary when the wind starts blowing like that and there's thunder and rain involved. So I think that's another reason why I changed my mind of what I was doing today. And then I'll go around the outside after my live, but probably, I don't know if you can see. Probably can't because of the glare of my light. Let's see if you can see it if I turn this part off. Okay, now you can see the detail a little bit more, I hope. And then I'm going to, I don't know what I did with it. We're going to let that dry. It won't take but a minute. But in the meantime, I am going to bring out my mat. And this is what I do my resin on. And I still forgot my leveling table, but that's okay. This will work just fine for what we're gonna do. Get my gloves. I'll throw the other pair away. So here's my cup. Oh. Well, I was gonna need that, but I guess I don't anymore. And get my gloves, my cup. My resin is in my resin warmer. It has 6 minutes left, but I think it's warm enough. All right, let's see. That 12 minutes went by really fast, and I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I gotta make sure that I do everything in order. Because sometimes when I get to talking, I don't be paying attention, and things just go awry. Hey, Purple Penguin, thank you for being here. Okay, let me turn this off. And I'll make sure there's no water. Now, I do put these in a plastic bag before I put them in my bottle warmer. The bottle warmer basically is for resin. And I put them in a plastic bag because they have screw tops on the bottom. But if you have like the bottle where the opening is just at the top, you can just stick it in the bottle warmer. All right, so this is part A. This is part B. I always do part B first. And what the warmer does is, because it was kind of cool in here this morning, is that when I go to mix it, it won't be as many bubbles and it makes it easier to mix. And this is specialty resin. I will also put that on in my description. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. Pause. Sorry. I'm just so excited to do this. I forgot what I was doing. I'm going to keep my gloves on. But for the bottom, and I totally forgot. I'm so excited. That's what happens when you get excited about what you're doing. So, hey, cat. No, you're not the only silent watcher. You see Jane is in there. So these are rub-on transfers from Essential Stencil. And they are so, so pretty. And I've been wanting to do something with these for a while. So you get 2 large sheets. I guess I better turn it right side up. Okay, right side up. These are from Essential Stencil. You get 2 large sheets. After my live, I will also put my link in the description. And they are just so pretty. So this is why I decided to pick blue. So I haven't decided which ones I'm going to use, but we'll cut some out and we will call it a day. I think I know which ones I'm going to use. And I love using rub-on transfers. They make everything really, really easy. Never tried to warm up my resin for them. Yes, that's the best way to do it because it cuts down on the bubbles, especially if you're hand mixing. It won't introduce as many bubbles. So we're going to start with this big one right here. And I'm going to go around it like this. I never knew it was a thing either. I mean, I knew you could warm it up, but as far as a bottle warmer, my son bought it for me. And I'm so grateful for him because he knows I love doing resin. But I didn't do resin in the winter last year because of mixing the resin. But you can, if you don't have a bottle warmer, you can still put it in like your sink and just warm it up a little bit. And that will definitely help your resin. Certain resins, you only want to warm up part A or part B. This particular resin, I've had no problems warming up both of them. All right, so we're going to make this the top. So, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how I want this to be. We're going to have this about right there. Get my little scraper tool and just burnish it down. And if you do these on paint, make sure your paint is not old. I had a problem the other night with the paint that I was putting it on, and it kind of lifted, but I was able to salvage it. It came out really, really pretty. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, thank you. If you use my link, and then you can use the discount code Tracy, TRAYCEE 10, and you can get a 10% discount. Or if you already have someone that you buy from, go check it out. And I'm just going to lift this. And then just lift slow. If I've ever had a problem with one of these, it was either the paint or just user error. When I first seen them, I was like, well, what would I do with them? And then I thought, Tracy, girl, you got a blue bathroom. So Jane, we'll talk. I'm kidding, Jane. I'm kidding, Jane. These are yours. Stick to them. It really isn't. Not, I mean, it can be, but you know, research. Like I've said before, the first time I was messing around with resin, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And it flash cured on me, scared me. And I said, I'll never mess with resin again. And this time around, I did 6 months of research, different manufacturers, used different products, and I am in love with resin. If you can't tell, I love doing resin. So here, I'm just burnishing it. Make sure there is no air bubbles under it. I was going to use more, but I think this one will do just fine for what I'm going to do. There's a little bubble under there. Oh, please. Can y'all hear the rain? Okay. There it is. And I think that is beautiful. My blues may not match, but we're still going to roll with it. We are rolling with it. Everything has different shades of blue, so I think this would be perfect. All right, so now that we've finished that, I am going to continue mixing my resin. So I am going to do... I'm going to go ahead and do 4 ounces. 2 ounces B, 2 ounces A. Hey, Lynette. Nope, it's the paint's fault. It was user error. I remember when I did that butterfly. I don't know if it was the paint or if it was me. I think it was user error. All right, and then part A, I'm going to do 2 ounces. And then we are going to mix. I do need a timer for 3 to 5 minutes. Girl, yeah, I'm on the tube. Girl, I've been on the tube for a while, but I'm trying to become more consistent. If I don't do a full video, I do a short. I do something just to keep, you know, it going. But thanks to Leah and doing First Stencil Sunday, it keeps me pretty active on the tube. So I'm very thankful for that. And thank you to Shelby and Leah. Shelby, you did a lot of work for this event, and I appreciate you. I really do. Because I don't usually go this time of the day, but I love it so bad, but it has to wait until my game. Girl, start with UV resin. That's what I tell everybody. Start with UV resin. I actually started with UV resin and fast cure resin. Fast cure resin, I was scared to do it at first, but if you do it in small batches, you can't go wrong. So I'm just stirring the side of my cup, the bottom of my cup. You want to do your stick. So I got 1 more minute, but always read manufacturer's instructions. Oh, thank you, Shelby. I know I love to be in events, but I'm to the point where I pick and choose which ones because there's drama sometimes, but in the YouTube collab, no drama. CFC, no drama. CCA, no drama. So I'm very choosy in the collabs I do, and I love my beautiful Leah, who goes to sleep listening to my voice. And I don't take offense to it. Because I love that she said my voice is so soothing. She fell asleep. That's how we got to know each other. We were in an event. She said she was listening to my video. And she fell asleep. At first I was like, okay, is that a compliment or a dig? I realized it's a compliment. Listening to a soothing voice, they call it ASMR. Maybe I should just read a story and sell it as ASMR. Hey, Rosalinda. And do it as ASMR and be like, I can put you to sleep. If you don't believe me, ask my friend Leah. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. This is going to be the bottom. Because I forgot I have the bird. So we want the little bird at the top. So let's see. I got some of the Rub and Buff on here. But I'm not going to worry about it. It gives it character. Oh, my beautiful Leah. She said, I fell asleep. She said, I fell asleep listening to your voice. It's so soothing. You know what? I need to try that on myself. I need to try that on myself one of these nights when I can't sleep. Watch one of my own videos. And I can't. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Carlene. Welcome, Carlene. All right, so I'm just gonna pour it. Now there is bubbles in it, but had I not heated it, there would be a lot more bubbles where it would look almost white. So even though it looks light blue in the cup, when I pour this, it's gonna cure completely ice clear. Sometimes, Jane, sometimes. So I'm just gonna pour, hold please. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about this because I don't have my leveling table. So this is a leveler, and I use this to see if I need to move my resin or if I need to move it up. Here, let me move this a little bit this way so you all can see. I keep forgetting that I have a new table and everything is not centered. Well, it is, but it isn't. So I want to see. That's good. I think I'm a little bit off on this side as usual. Well, I'm off on all sides, but y'all know. All right. I don't know what I did with that stick. Let's see. So I'm going to use a little popsicle stick. And I'm going to lift up this end just a little bit. And let's see if that will help it. And I still got to see, I'm all over the place today. Okay, that's good. And I have some blue glitter. I thought I had grabbed gold, but or silver. I think I put it back. And then I have some super sparkly dust. So we're going to add a little bit of that into our resin. And you want just a tinge of sparkly dust because if you use too much, it will overtake your resin. I found that out the hard way. So now I use just a tinge, which in Texas terms is a tiny bit and a pinch. It's a tinge. So just a tinge. And I do mean a tinge. Sorry, I'm off screen. So that's a tinge. You can barely see it. And that's all you need. That's all you need is just a tinge. Okay, let me move that over here. Then I'm going to put in just a little bit of glitter. And then we're going to mix it up. I don't want to knock this off my desk because that'll be a heck of a mess to clean up. Hey, Lori, how are you? I know, right? I'm telling you, Shelby, a tinge. A tiny bit and a pinch, just a tinge. All right, so you can see it floating in there with all the bubbles. And I'm going to start with it in the center. Then I move. And always have an extra mold just in case if you need to pour out your resin, because I don't waste resin. And then for the bubbles, you can spray alcohol on it or you can use your heating tool. I prefer using my heating tool. Nothing broke. Oh, thank you, Lori. I love my resin. I do. I do love doing resin. It was a little thick because now it's warmed up, but this will help it kind of thin out and move around and pop the bubbles. I do have a torch, but I might set something on fire. Then y'all see Jane in the comments talking about burn, baby, burn. So I don't use a torch. Not while I'm live. I do use it when I'm in my resin room and I'm doing resin a lot. Then I will use a torch. I think I can use all of this. Okay, let's pour it all in. Let's just see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to pour the rest of it in my cross. And I can use that for another project, which I'm trying to do, which is make my own mold. Been thinking about doing that for a while. Y'all know I love crosses, so I'm going to make my own cross mold. Okay, now I'm just going to scrape and put the rest of it in my frame. No, Jane. Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. And I did link the playlist. I have to go back and link Leah and Shelby. So we would greatly appreciate it if you have time today. If you missed anyone, to go back and give them a watch. It'll be awesome. And I know y'all like, she is scraping the heck out of that cup. Yes, I am, because let me tell you, resin is not cheap. But if I can find it on sale, I do get it, especially from Specialty Resin Company, because they always have a great sale on their resin. And Let's Resin. If you can find them on sale, try them out too. They have pretty good sales when they are on sale. Hi, Cinderella. Welcome. All right, so what I'm going to do, and this is how I clean my tools as soon as I'm done. I mean, it can peel off, but it kind of, especially when it comes to your spatulas, it'll start a buildup on there. So I just spray it with alcohol, both sides. And then I just clean it. This is a good way to clean them. You can use baby wipes too. And I'm using 91% alcohol. If I can find it, I like to get the 99% alcohol, but this is all I could find at my local Walmart was the 91%. Be nice, Jane. All right, so what I'm gonna do before I get started, let me pop more bubbles. And I got 14 minutes. I did good. I did really good. But up next after me is Sheila with Sweetie's Creations. I always get that mixed up. Sheila, I know you're in here. Sweetie's Creations and Decor, I do believe. But if you put in Sweetie's Creations, you'll see Miss Sheila. And again, thank you all for joining me. Cat, no. Y'all ain't no angels. I keep telling y'all, okay, y'all are angels, but y'all have horns right alongside y'all halo. Y'all got the halo, and then you got the little horn sticking up. All right. And then, let's see. I think I see a few floaties. That's why the other tool that fell on the floor helps me get my floaties. But this is a silicone little spatulas. These are good too. So if you see floaties, before your resin cures, you want to get the floaties out. Okay, where did it go? Maybe it was a bubble. But you want to look at it from all angles and make sure you don't see any floaties. Did y'all hear that thunder? I'm glad I only have a few minutes left. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to add my birdie. I'm going to add the birdie. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold its tail. And then let it kind of float down. And then I can move it where I want it to go. I don't think I want it covering that flower. So I'm going to move it over. And the resin will level itself out and go around the bird. I think right there is good. I'm going to take my butterfly. And we are going to put her right here. And I just saw a bubble come up. Now, resin likes to cure by pulling towards the center. No, that is not why. And I'm going to move the bird again so that they'll be like cat-a-corner to each other. And I'm going to go slow. And I have a little bit coming up over the wings, but that's okay, because it will go around it. I'm going to help it a little bit. And then I got some bubbles that I'm going to pop. I'm going to push her over to this corner over here. Sorry, ladies. She's going to have resin on top of her wings, but that's okay, and her tail. But that is okay. All right. Then I have some blue glass that I colored with Dr. Martin's Bombay ink. And I have some silver. Now, this is what the blue looked like before I colored it. And I got this from Michael's. And it's just the crushed glass, the vase filler. And I just use Dr. Martin's Bombay ink to color it. Okay, Kat and Jane. But I think the horns hold up your halo. But that's okay. And then you don't have to do this either. What I did, you can stop at. But I like to add the glass to my pictures. And that's why I don't mind empty space, because I know I'm going to end up filling it with glass. Sometimes I will babysit my pictures to keep the glass from moving to the middle too far. But sometimes I think it just gives it character because it's just moving uncontrollably and it will just look, you know, organic. So sometimes I move it around. Other times I just let it go. But sometimes it's shallow enough where the glass won't move too far. So we're going to put the blue in there, and then let's add some silver. And again, this is all optional. You can put the rub-on transfer in your frame and call it a day, and it'll still be beautiful. And they sell so many different frames at Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree has not had any good ones lately, but the thrift store is just as good. Sometimes if you get them where they're having like half price days or whatnot, you can find some pretty good vintage frames there. Don't skip on the thrift store. But if the only thing is near you is a Dollar Tree or even a Dollar General, and you see a frame in there you like, you can always take the picture out. Well, most of them, you can take the picture out for 3 minutes. I hear it coming. I am in Northwest Texas. I'm about 35 miles south of downtown Dallas. And it just went by, but, you know, I'm hearing more thunder coming. So if you're in the path of the storm, please be safe. Okay, I got 7 minutes left. So we'll just fiddle around with the glass. Fiddle, fiddle with the glass. I think that's good. Then, of course, you can move it around, pop any bubbles. And you can see some of it that I put down is already floating towards the middle. I used to babysit my art, and I figure if that's where it wants to go, let it go. Like this big piece, I'm going to turn it over so the white backing is not showing, but the reflective side is showing. And then that's all you have to do. And I mean, you can use this glass in clear Elmer's school glue and Mod Podge. Like I said, this can be done with that. It just takes it longer to get hard, to cure. It takes it a little longer to cure. Jane, do not say anything about the word I just used. Okay, Jane, just bypass it. Cat, that goes for you too. Just bypass it. And if you're interested in these mats, it's by Resiners, but I got it for half off on Amazon for $18.99. Regular price is about $35 to $36. So I did get it for half price on Amazon. I think my best friend Michelle just ordered one. So if you're interested, one side is if the resin drains, it goes in on this side, and this side is like where you can mix and everything. But this is also good for painting, so it doesn't just have to be for resin. And as I'm saying now, I should have got to. But I wanted to leave some for everybody else. How long will the resin take? This will take anywhere from 18 to 24 hours, depending on the temperature, the humidity, and all of that. But usually this particular resin, because it's so thin, it usually cures in about 18 hours. I can pick it up and move it in about a couple of hours because it will thicken. Good question, good question. I'm not listening to you. Thank you, Shelby. So all resin, it just depends. It also depends on the manufacturer. Most resins 24 hours unless you do the deep pour resin. Deep pour resin usually can take up to 72 hours depending on how deep it's poured. Manufacturer's directions, just read. That's why I said do the research, because all manufacturers are not the same. They really are not. So I'm just fiddling with it. I have 4 minutes left. So again, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your support, because we know you could be doing anything else besides sitting here with us, but we do appreciate it. And I'm going to put some more across the bottom, I think. Jane, where are you going to put this picture frame at? Because this belongs to Jane. Brave enough to try it. Girl, don't be scared. Don't be scared of the resin. Well, yes, be afraid of the resin. Respect the resin, because if you don't, it will do like it did me. It made me respect it. But if you have any questions, just message me. I do not mind answering any questions about resin. And if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer for you, because I don't know everything about resin. I know about the resin that I use. I wouldn't say I'm an expert. I would say that I'm proficient, very proficient, but I'm not an expert, because they have, top coats and all of that. But when it comes to art resin, girl, I got you covered. I got you covered. But again, if there's something I don't know, I will definitely tell you. You're living. Okay, Jane. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just fiddling with it. I hope you all are getting do you guys have a good view? Before I sign off, give me a minute or two. And what I'll do is I'll bring you over. And I knew I should have put you on the arm to see what it looks like. Let's add a little, since we got a few minutes, let's add some glass to the cross. And I'm just going to add a little bit, and if it wants to sink, I will let it sink. Since it will be clear on the back and what I want to do with it, this will work out just fine. Just a little bit. And I'll just let it sink or float or whatever it wants to do. All right, that's good. And we're just going to put a little blue in there. You can do it just... Yeah, don't bathe in it. All right, let me make sure I don't have any resin on my hands. And I'm going to bring you down a little bit closer to take a look at all the resin goodness. Let me fold this over and wipe my hands and my gloves. And again, thank you all for being here. Make sure you go over and see Sheila. Sheila, I will be there in a moment, but I'm going to try to bring you around. Sorry about that. All right. Can you guys see it? And that's what it looks like. I think that is so, so pretty. So when this cures, I'm going to add a hanger to the back and cover up the back raw edges. But that is what it looks like. And let me know what you think. Only Carlene, only if she wants a backing on it. Otherwise, I'll leave it clear. So it's not required to put a backing on it because some people like to leave the back clear. But if she wants me to add a backing, I will. But that is what it looks like. All right, my time is up. So thank you all so much for being here with me. I really enjoyed doing this and just sharing my knowledge and my love of resin. And so with that being said, family, be happy, be healthy, be safe. Most of all, be blessed. Till we meet again. Take care. Bye.